Hi, Mom.
Hey, honey.
What you doing?
I'm packing up these clothes.
Why?
Well, to give away.
But they're mine.
Oh, honey, you've outgrown them.
I don't care. I love this shirt.
But it's too small, and besides, you haven't worn it for a year.
Please.
Oh, all right.
Thanks, Mom. Hey, who's getting the rest of these clothes?
People who are less fortunate than we are.
Less fortunate? What does that mean?
Well, honey, we live in a nice home, right?
Right.
And we have lots of food to eat and nice clothes to wear. But there are many people who have much less than we do, and they need our help.
Don't give that away. It's not fair.
Oh, listen, honey, wouldn't you want someone to lend you their coat if the winter was coming and you didn't have warm clothes to wear?
But that could never happen to me. Could it?
Well, as a matter of fact, it happened in our family.
Really?
Come here, let me show you something. It's a photo album. Now, this is a picture of my great-grandfather and grandmother when they first arrived in America.
What were their names?
Mary and Patrick.
Where'd they come from?
Oh, a small town in Ireland.
Why'd they come?
Well, they had heard that America was the land of opportunity, and they dreamed of building a wonderful life here.
Oh.
They had a cousin who had already come to America, and he now lived in the city of Chicago, so that's where they went. At first, everything was fine. Grandpa Patrick got a job in a factory, and they rented an apartment, and they soon had 2 children. But then he got very, very sick, and he lost his job at the factory. And with no money coming in, Great-Grandma Mary had to find a job or they might go hungry.
Did she find one?
Well, she tried, but the trouble was she had 2 children and a sick husband to take care of, and she didn't want to leave them.
Oh.
The situation went from bad to worse. Winter was coming, and they didn't have enough money to buy warm clothes for their children. It seemed that they had nowhere to turn.
What happened?
A hero came to the rescue.
A hero? What was his name?
No, it wasn't a he, it was a she, and her name was Jane Addams.
Jane Addams? What'd she do?
She found a way to help people in trouble. People who had little money, people who had lost their jobs, people who were sick, people who were old. To all those people who had nowhere else to turn, Jane Addams said, "I will help you."
How did she do it?
Well, she found an old building and fixed it up and opened the doors and welcomed people who were in trouble. She called it Hull House.
Why'd she call it that?
Well, the house used to belong to a man named Mr. Hull.
Oh. What did Jane Addams do there?
Lots of things. Some of them for the very first time in Chicago or the United States.
Like what?
Well, she set up a daycare center, a kindergarten, a public kitchen to feed the hungry, and she got doctors and nurses to help care for the sick.
Like your great-grandfather?
That's right. That's one of the main reasons he got well. You know, a couple of years after they opened Hull House, they were helping more than 2,000 people each week.
Wow.
Jane Addams became one of the most famous women in the world. And when great-grandmother had another baby, she named her Jane.
After Jane Addams?
That's right.
Is that why my middle name's Jane?
That's the reason. But we gotta get these boxes to the shelter before it closes.
Okay, Mom. I'll get them. Somebody needs these more than I do.
Mary Jane.
I'm coming, Mom.
U.S., that's us. That's us. U.S., that's us. That's us. U.S., that's us. That's us. U.S., that's us.